Before teaching the robot to test your app, let's decide on when we will create a testing specification. There are two possible approaches. Let me illustrate them on this task. Let's say we want to build a house. We ask two teams to make it. Let's name them Team A and Team B. Team A starts with the building itself. After they are done, they create a checklist. The house should have a wall, a roof, a window and a chimney. This is called a test last approach. The team initially come up with a solution and later on covers the results with tests. The other team starts with creating a testing environment to check the result anytime during the development. At first, they create a requirement. The house should have a wall. They perform the test and it fails. Thus, they build a wall, and now the test passes. After that, they come up with another requirement. The house should have a roof. It fails, so they create a roof. And they use the same pattern for each and every part of the house. This approach is called test first. Eventually, both teams have built the same house and created the same list of tests. In theory and on paper, but not in practice. Why is that? Well, let's compare how both teams worked. Team A went from zero to a complete product in one step. They did it with a first try, which is hard to believe when we are talking about software development. And the process was pretty straightforward, the development itself and the testing. Unfortunately, Team A didn't plan time to improve their solution. Hence, the refactoring was scheduled for the next version, or never. Team B had iterations. At first, they checked the component they were about to build was not in the system yet. There is a rule in Team B that they cannot modify a house without need. They create a failing test. Hence, this step verified that they come up with a requirement which adds value. In case the test fails, which is good because they planned it to fail, they develop the missing part and make the test pass. As soon as this happened, the team could be sure that no matter what they were doing with the house, their tests would signal them if they broke something. It's now a good time for improvements and refactoring. They developed these iterations, which is much more agile technique, which is called a test-first approach. They had time to make it simple, and they planned time to improve the solution. I would recommend using test-first approach in the first place and do not start the development until all requirements are clear. Test-last technique might be used for prototyping when the final result is not defined. And, of course, both cases are better than manual testing. Okay, it's time for practice. I will show you how to test the app using test-first approach in the next video.